My people perish for lack of knowledge, not lack of prayer, not lack of beauty, not lack of divine connection, not lack of finance, not lack of breakthrough, but for lack of knowledge. One of the key factors I embrace about knowledge is in its ability to distinguish between your fact and your assumptions. Beloved, life is in phases, and whatever you are going through now or whatever you are afraid of won't be making sense 5 years from now. So have faith in God. Life is in phases. In life, you start from nursery to basic, to junior secondary, where everything counts. There is a stage you get to and everything will begin to count. From your senior secondary, you move to the university, where everything you do becomes fewer. And from there, you get to the university, to a place where you go for your doctorate degree, where you are left alone. When you get to the stage where you are not looking for how to get a doctorate degree, you are left alone. But when you were in nursery section, it wasn't like that. You had teachers, you had people around you trying to guide you, trying to instruct you. When you got to the secondary section, you had people around. When you got to the basic section, you had people around. Everyone was trying to observe you. When you got to the university stage, your parents probably doubled, increased the level of prayers they made on your behalf. But when you get to this stage where you are now looking for your doctorate degree, you are left alone. Why? Because this is a field in a place where you have to contribute to your field. And also you do that for the benefit of others. The problem in life is that some of us, we are in nursery sections where our teachers pamper us. We are in secondary sections where our teachers, those meant to mentor us, tend to overlook some things because they understand that we are still trying to be childish. The problem is where you are. The summary of life is in this format, and where you are will determine the kind of teachers you attract to yourself. So you don't make comparisons, you don't compare. Where you are in life will determine the kind of people that come to you. It will determine the kind of things you face and the kind of things you encounter. So my question to you this afternoon is this: what did you say people did to you? What did you say God Almighty has put you through when you have not been able to discover for yourself where you are and what you've been assigned to do? A sister once told a story about how a hurricane took over a city, destroyed many houses, properties, and all of that. And just one house was standing untouched. And later on, they went back to the owner of that building and they asked him, how is it possible that such a disaster came and took over the city and your building is still standing? And the man's response was that in the past, they've encountered things like this. They've had such, situation. So as a result of that, when they decided to rebuild, the construction team had to double the amount of steel, and the amount of steel reinforcement used in the foundation of the building. I beg your pardon, I'm not an engineer. The construction team had to double the amount of steel reinforcements used in the foundation of the building. That was why the building was still standing. Beloved, this is exactly what rejection does for you. This is exactly what hard times does for you. It prepares you for tomorrow. It prepares you for the next encounter you are going to have. This reminds me about the woman with the issue of blood who has been sick for many years. But when Christ showed up, everyone around fled. Why? Because of the unbearable smell she carried around. But when everyone fled, they actually made way for her to be able to get to where Christ was, touch the hem of his garment, and she got her healing. So don't be afraid. The problem with us is fear. Don't be afraid because everyone is not the same. Don't be afraid because people are different. Surely there are people whose stories are going to be reckoned with yours, and they will assist to bring you to your desired heaven. You know, Zacchaeus in the Bible was a short man, and as a result of that, he tried to see what he could do to be able to see the Messiah. He had to climb the sycamore tree, and in his effort, in his pursuit to see what he can do to get to that place so he can see Christ, Christ actually saw him. Christ understood his struggles, and Jesus decided that he was going to pay him a visit. So while every other person stood still, they didn't make way for him. There was a man, the Messiah, who saw his struggle, who saw what he was trying to do, who saw the effort he was trying to put in place just to see him. That's exactly how life is. And as a result of that, Christ promised to pay him a visit. So why don't you walk with the things that's been done to you or against you and stop trying to discourage those that have decided to build a gallows to hang you? What makes you think that the things they are building is going to be for you? What makes you think that the destruction they are plotting is going to take your head? What makes you think that the trap they are setting is going to, catch you? What makes you think that the things they are doing is going to bring about your ruin? Let people mock you so God can bless you. Because until you are rejected, God may never show up. Why? Because the struggle that make no sense now will actually pave a path to your destiny. The struggles that are not making sense right now will actually pave a path to your destiny. And I leave you with this word. There is always a story behind every altar, behind every church, behind every institution, to enable those who are not part of them to leave them alone. This is not about church. This is not about an institution. It's about you. So think about it, and may the Lord bless you. My name is Norma in His Place, and thank you for being a part of our broadcast today.